Hello, my name is Denga Amoni, and this is my week 2 project for CS A341. For this assignment, I built a RESTful API using Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. The API manages two main resources, authors and books. And I've also deployed my project to render, and I will now demonstrate the functionality using Thunder and my deployed API. So basically, I'm already on my calendar clients page, and I've already used the get request to fetch in my authors data, which is also displaying in here. As you can see, I inserted three authors and their biography, nationality, birth date, last name, and first name. Three different authors. So I'll try to use the get function to also fetch the books information. So in here it's loading, and we just have to wait for it. It's saying couldn't resolve the host name, the API verify API book. Okay, I think it's processing. Okay, it's finally displaying. I think I had an error in here. So it's working now. We can see that the name of the book, the author that wrote the books, those were the authors in the author list. Here we have three different novels with the name of the author is their last name, birth date, nationality also. So before we move to our render page, I'll also show you my code here on VS Code. So this is my server.js code in here, and everything inserted working perfectly well. This is my env file not displaying on GitHub, and this is my git no. So in here we can see it here on GitHub that my env file is also not displaying here, and it's hidden because it's not supposed to display. And then we'll now move to our render. So render, our page has already been opened here, but so we can also show that in the video, we'll clear that and then reopen it freshly from here. And we're going to take this down a little so it won't obstruct our view. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then we can, oh, sorry for the distraction, and then we can do this with an API doc. Okay. Now our page is now open on Swagger production service, working perfectly well. In here we can say our author, book, and contact. Contact was what we work with in week 1 and week 2, and this is already done. Everything working perfectly well, and this is the new project, the authors. So I'll try to fetch the list of authors using get function here on Swagger. So try out and execute, and then I've done that, and it's displaying also in here our authors, their name, last name, birth date, and every other thing. So we have all our function working. We have our get, we have our post, we have our put, and we have our delete function. So because of the time range, I think we'll just work with our put function where we get to update an author. Maybe we get to change the name of the author to make it to a different name to see if it will actually update when we run it again in the get function. So we'll try that now. try it out. So I'll work with the first author in here. I'll first take in his ID. Sorry, I think I make a mistake while copying. I'll first take in this ID, copy, and then I'll go to here and paste. And I'll also come here. I'll copy his informations just to the first name. We don't really need to copy the ID anymore. And then I'll paste this here. And then I'll change just his first name to Favor. Yeah. And then I'll execute this. And let's see if it will update. And yes, it updates and the code is showing 200, so there's no error. So we'll try executing it in the get function to see if it actually updated in here too. And also, yes, if you look at our first author, his name has been changed from the former name that it was to Favor now, which it's working very well. So now we'll actually move to the book now. Because of the name changed in the author function, if we now execute the book, we'll notice that the author name is also changed in here. So if we can see that now, it's first because they are linked and connected. Since the book was written by this same author, we had to link it together. We can see that because I changed the name over there, it has also changed here. So what we have here is Favor instead of the original name that was already written there for the author. So when we go back and fix in the other name right here. Okay, and execute. We can see that it has been updated here too. And if we go to our get function in our author and execute this also, we can see that it has been updated in here in our get function, our author. And if we go to our book function, our get function in our book also, and execute this, we can see that it has also been updated here. So we can see that all our get, post, put, delete functions work perfectly well. And this is my project. Thanks for watching.